The secret to manifesting your dreams lies in your state of being and your vibrational frequency, more than in the techniques you use. Your inner state is the most powerful factor in determining what you attract into your life. You may have heard of the law of attraction, the principle that states you manifest what you focus on. You may have tried various techniques like affirmations, visualization, gratitude, and others to align your thoughts and emotions with your desires. But these techniques are only effective if they match your inner state. Your inner state is the sum of your subconscious beliefs, your dominant vibration, and your core identity. It is the essence of who you are and the source of your manifestation power. Your inner state creates your reality, attracting or repelling your desires. As Plato once said, the world is what we think it is. If we can change our thoughts, we can change the world. In this video, we will explore how your inner state and vibrational level influence the manifestation process and how you can modify them to your advantage. You will learn to identify and transform your limiting beliefs, elevate your vibration, and align your identity with the reality you desire. Additionally, we will examine the fundamental role your thoughts, feelings, and emotions play in the reality you experience. You will see how the reality you live is not merely a random event, but has been deliberately shaped by your vibrational state. By changing and elevating your base vibration, you can immediately begin to experience a completely different reality. Our vibrational state and frequency are conditioned by our energy levels, so it is essential to learn how to protect and increase them. Later, we will delve into this aspect and explore various ways to protect your energy through simple yet powerful practices. Finally, we will explore how ancient traditions, neuroscience, quantum physics, and metaphysical philosophy allow you to harness your mental faculties to influence and shape reality solely with the mind. We will analyze how, through consciousness and the law of assumption, you can use your mental power to transform yourself and your reality into what you have always dreamed of. Your subconscious mind is the part of your mind that controls 95% of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It operates beneath your consciousness and stores all your memories, beliefs, habits, and patterns. Your subconscious mind is like a powerful computer that runs your life based on the programs you've installed in it. These programs are your subconscious beliefs, which are the assumptions and expectations you hold about yourself, others, and the world. Your subconscious beliefs are formed from your past experiences, especially those that occurred in your childhood, when your subconscious mind was more impressionable. Your subconscious beliefs are also influenced by your parents, teachers, friends, media, culture, and society. Subconscious beliefs shape your reality because they determine how you perceive, interpret, and respond to everything that happens to you. They also determine what you attract into your life because they create your dominant thoughts and emotions, which create your dominant frequency, which creates your dominant attraction. For example, if you have the subconscious belief that you are not worthy of love, you will attract people who mistreat you, or you will sabotage your relationships because you will act in ways that confirm your belief. If you have the subconscious belief that you are not good enough, you will attract situations that make you feel inadequate, or you will fail to achieve your goals because you will act in ways that confirm your belief. Your subconscious beliefs are the root cause of your manifestation, whether positive or negative. Therefore, if you want to change your manifestation, you need to change your subconscious beliefs. And by changing your subconscious beliefs, you change your mental state and your vibrational state. To attract and manifest in your life what you want but don't yet have, you must first understand your current state so you can change it. Because remember, You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Your vibrational state determines what you manifest. Your state is like a radio station you tune into, broadcasting what kind of reality and timeline you experience. We can observe this with our mobile phones. It doesn't matter where in the world we are, if we tune into the same frequency, we can communicate with anyone. Why? Because we call a specific number and enter the same wavelength. I can send you a message, talk to you, even send you a picture. Now, imagine these lines represent different levels of vibration, each corresponding to a specific frequency. This concept is essential to understanding how our reality works. Think of these frequencies as radio tuning. Each station has its own frequency, and you are tuned into one of them at all times. This is crucial because the frequency you are on determines your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your results. It's real. We practice it every day, even when we don't fully understand what we are doing. Having clarity about where you are in life is natural, but it's also important to recognize that it doesn't necessarily reflect where you want to be. It's normal to have aspirations and goals that go beyond your current situation. The essential thing is to understand that no matter where you are, you can always take the next step towards where you really want to go. You don't need to wait to have more money or until the circumstances are perfect. What you need is to commit to making that decision and acting accordingly in the present moment, no matter the odds against you. Now, look at these lines representing different levels of vibration. We know that each frequency is connected to those above and below. This understanding is fundamental because it shows us that there is always a possibility of ascending to higher levels of consciousness and achieving our highest goals. The yellow line represents your current level and state of consciousness. But where we really want to be, where our deepest aspirations reside, is on the top line. Here is where we usually make mistakes. I'll do it when the kids are out of school. I'll do it when I have the money. When I get the necessary experience, I will try. It seems like it's never the right time because of our current situation. You are waiting for the results to change at some point in the future. You want to get something that is on a higher vibrational scale, but you stay in your current vibrational state. So your frequency and that of your desire are not compatible. Soon the decision fades, and the desire remains unattainable. It's like trying to listen to FM music on an AM band on your radio. It won't work. FM music cannot be transmitted through an AM band. That's the problem. You're thinking on lower levels and saying, "But I want to be up there." If you want to reach something at a higher level, your mind, your thoughts, and your emotions must be on the same frequency. You must raise and tune your frequency to match the frequency of your desire. Remember, if nothing is created or destroyed, everything is already here in some state. You just need to tune into the right frequency to access it. Remembering how we got to where we are is also essential. Every step we've taken, every risk we've taken, has brought us to this point. Now, to move forward to where we want to be, we need to commit and visualize ourselves already there. It doesn't matter if we've never been in that place before or if it seems unattainable. The important thing is to take that leap of faith and assume the excitement that we are already at that higher level. It is essential to recognize the state we are in. The easiest way to understand the state you are in is to observe your thoughts and feelings and how they make you feel about yourself and your reality. For example, if you think and feel that you are worthy, abundant, and loved, you are in a state of worthiness, abundance, and love. If you think and feel that you are unworthy, scarce, and unloved, you are in a state of lack of worthiness, scarcity, and lack. Your thoughts and feelings are indicators of your state, and they also affect your state. The key to changing your state is to embody your desires by feeling and acting as if they were already yours. This means shifting your focus from what you don't have to what you already have in your imagination. By feeling what you want in the present moment, your state of being changes. Instead of feeling its absence, you feel its presence in your life. This changes your present state, and by the law of vibration, you attract what mentally led you to that state. You must visualize and feel your desired outcome as if it were already happening in the present moment. You must live in the end result and not in the means to get to the end. The best techniques to do this are those that help you create a vivid and realistic scenario in your mind and evoke the corresponding emotions in your body. For example, you can use affirmations to repeat positive statements that reflect your desired outcome, such as the powerful words "I am," which have a lot of power and carry significant energy. We can say things like "I am rich," "I am healthy," "I am loved," but we must also take action or it will be useless. You can also use visualizations to create mental images that represent your desired outcome, such as envisioning yourself in your dream home, driving your dream car, being with your dream partner, etc. Meditations can be utilized to calm your mind and tune into your inner guidance and intuition. Script writing can also be employed to write your desired outcome as if it were already happening in the present time. However, you must be careful not to turn these techniques into counterproductive habits that keep you trapped in a state of wanting instead of having. The purpose of these techniques is to change your state, not to reinforce your lack. Therefore, you must use these techniques correctly and not obsessively. You must use them as a bridge, not as a destination. You must use them as a catalyst, not as a crutch. What is the role of faith in manifestation, and how can you develop faith in your desired outcome? Faith and hope are essential components of manifestation because they allow you to believe in the invisible and trust in the unknown. Faith and imagination are the basic components in the law of assumption, which states that what you assume to be true becomes true for you. The law of assumption is based on the conviction that your desires are already within your reach and that you just have to claim them as yours. How can you develop faith in your desired outcome? The best way to do this is to realize that faith is a product of your consciousness and that you can choose to have it regardless of your external circumstances. Gratitude, appreciation, and joy are also powerful allies to amplify your faith, celebrating your progress and acknowledging your blessings. Likewise, testimonials, stories, and examples of other people who have manifested their desires can inspire your faith and remind you of the possibilities that are within your reach. How can you transition to a new state and claim your desired outcome? And what are the signs that you have changed your state? The easiest way to transition to a new state and claim your desired outcome is to use your thoughts and words as indicators of your changed state. For example, if you want to manifest wealth, you must think and speak like a wealthy person. You must say things like, "I have financial abundance, I have more than enough, money comes to me easily and effortlessly." You must avoid saying things like, "I am broke, I can't afford that, money is hard to come by." You must claim your new state by affirming and acting upon it. What are the signs that you have changed your state? The most obvious sign is that you feel different and that your reality reflects your new state. You will notice that your thoughts and feelings are more positive and that your actions and reactions are more aligned with your desired outcome. Additionally, your reality will shift, attracting events, circumstances, and people that match your new state. Furthermore, your manifestation process will become easier, and you will encounter less resistance and more synchronicities. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The Kybalion. Vibration is the primal force that gave origin to our universe. It was the first phenomenon, a violent interaction between forces which led to all particles. Nikola Tesla understood this truth, as indicated by his words. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Today, studies are showing that not only do our everyday objects vibrate and have a certain frequency, but so do our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. This concept goes beyond mere perception. When you effectively raise your vibrational state, you will observe significant changes occurring in your life trajectory, transporting you to an alternative reality, especially after practicing for a while. To understand this, we must embark on an exploration of the different vibrational levels of consciousness. Dr. David Hawkins, in his book Power versus Force, presented a series of discoveries about human consciousness. In that book, he demonstrates that all objects and beings possess an energy that vibrates at different frequencies. Hawkins created the scale of consciousness, a chart that equates emotions with different frequencies, covering a range from 1 to 1000. The graph of the scale of consciousness, elaborated by Dr. Hawkins, showed that consciousness, and therefore each human emotion, has a specific vibration. On the scale, it can be observed that harsh emotions such as shame, sadness, fear, or guilt vibrate at low frequencies, while feelings such as love, happiness, acceptance, and peace vibrate at higher and more uplifting frequencies. This study determined that the average vibrational level of a normal person is 207 on this scale. Why does this happen? Throughout our lives, we accumulate energy blocks and negative conditioning that drag us toward lower vibrations. Various factors lead us to this situation. There are internal factors such as limiting beliefs, traumas, or bad habits, as well as external factors such as fear and constant worry, resulting from the constant bombardment of the media and power structures. This context keeps us in a low vibrational state, affecting our creative power and our level of life satisfaction, which tend to be reduced. Interestingly, this is exactly where the system wants us to remain. What level should we aspire to? The level we should aim for is 500 or higher, as 500 is the vibration of love. By vibrating at this level, life becomes radically different. Love, joy, and abundance suddenly become within your reach. Pain, stress, and struggle fade away, and you become a magnet for what you truly desire. Although we can move between different levels at different times, we generally have a predominant state that we could call our base vibration. Your base vibration is influenced by your thought system. A thought system is the set of all beliefs, thoughts, conscious and unconscious, words and actions that a person maintains at a given moment. Our thought systems play a crucial role in shaping what we could call our vibrational state, which corresponds to a specific frequency. This base frequency has a significant impact on the circumstances and situations we attract into our lives, as everything is primarily determined by this energy footprint. As we have presented in other videos, the reality we experience reflects our internal world. As above, so below, as within, so without. The difficulty lies in that most of these thought systems are unconscious. We are not aware that we have them. They function like predefined programs that, while active, generate effects and results, whether we like them or not, and whether we are aware of them or not. Emotions are responsible for indicating to us at every moment which frequency is associated with a particular thought system. This is the fascinating role of emotions. They act as an indicator of the frequency at which each belief, thought, word, and action manifests in our experience. On a practical level, we can establish a vibrational scale that ranges from 0, representing a dense vibration, to 1,000, indicating a very high vibration, enlightenment. This is not simply about aesthetics, about beauty or ugliness. It's about energy. Each vibrational frequency, each vibrational state is associated with a specific amount of vital energy, a kind of fuel that allows you to live fully. You are making decisions, whether consciously or unconsciously, with every belief, thought, word, and action you carry out. You are materializing, at every instant, the amount of vital energy that manifests at that moment. According to what has been explained, you might assume that it is the thoughts you are thinking that generate feelings and emotions. However, what actually happens is that first there is a base thought program, an unconscious feeling or thought, and this base program gives rise to the thought of which you become aware, which then appears to evoke an emotion in response. But the truth is that the base program comes first. For example, when you find yourself in a peaceful mental state, that is your base program. When your feelings are of joy, love, and harmony, don't you notice how your thoughts always reflect this mood? The emotions that arise from those thoughts of peace, love, and harmony are an extension of the program from which the emotions originated. This dynamic creates a feedback loop that perpetuates the base program. The concept of a good or bad streak would make a lot of sense here. If you enter a positive spiral, it seems that everything flows, creating more positive events. The same happens in reverse. Emotions and moods constantly indicate to us the frequency with which we are tuning in with life. But keep this in mind. You don't directly choose your emotions. The only thing you can do about it is become aware of them. Whether you know it or not, believe it or not, what you are actually choosing at every moment are the beliefs you hold, the thoughts you harbor, the words you utter, and the actions you take in every situation of your life. If you don't like what you're feeling, you can choose to change the beliefs that sustain it, the thoughts that cause it, the words that confirm it, and the actions that support it. And to change them, the most effective way is to take it step by step, through approximation. For example, the leap from shame to guilt and from guilt to apathy involves a drastic increase in energy. These changes are reflected precisely in our physiology, where each emotional level correlates with a different amount of energy. The question is, how can we change our base vibration to experience and attract what we desire? Let's address some key aspects that we must understand to achieve this and live a life full of peace and purpose. Acceptance. What do most people tend to do when they learn about vibration and how to raise it? They tend to enter a mode of resistance. They think, what I'm feeling right now is bad, I must resist it and change it. If you identify with feelings like fear, desire, anger, or pride, you might label them as negative and seek to change them. However, every time you focus on changing something, often your energy is directed towards what you don't like, thus reinforcing it. Instead of resisting, it's important to allow and accept what you're feeling. Letting go is key, but often misunderstood. It's not about trying to let go, make it disappear, but rather let it be, allow it without resistance. When you fully accept what you're experiencing, even if it's anxiety or negative thoughts, you allow it to flow without resistance. Repression, suppression, expression, and surrender are common ways of dealing with feelings, with surrender being the most effective. Simply surrendering to what you feel can bring about profound change in your life. Acceptance is key to raising your vibration. Notice where it lies on Hawkins's scale, at the level of 350. By entering a state of acceptance, you can instantly free yourself from lower states of consciousness and elevate yourself. Effort and surrender. Learning to balance effort and surrender is essential in personal development and manifesting reality. We often focus on surrender, allowing things to happen without worrying about the how. However, we must also make conscious efforts in the present moment. This involves orienting towards the process rather than obsessing over the goal. True joy is found during the journey, not just in reaching a goal. So that's why learning to balance effort and surrender is so key, because when you focus on something, you are creating it with your intention. But then, when you let it go, you are leaving it up to the universe. Basically, you're saying, "This is what I want. This is what I intend. This is what I would like to experience." And once you let it go, you're basically saying, "My viewpoint may be limited. Maybe the universe, my higher self, already knows what's best for me." In this way, you are co-creating what happens in your life. Focusing and refocusing. This principle closely resembles the previous one. It's important to have a goal, but also to immerse yourself in the process and trust that the goal will be delivered to the universe. Your actions are within your control. The more you focus on what you can't control, the more things will be out of your control. Instead, by focusing on what you already have in your life, you will cultivate a sense of gratitude and abundance. It's true that we get more of what we focus on. If we focus on lack and scarcity, that's what we'll continue to get. The key to raising our vibration and manifesting the desired reality lies in how we use our attention and focus. Instead of resisting what is in the present moment, we must direct our attention towards what we want to experience. Successful reality creators focus on what they desire and take conscious actions to move towards it. It is when we focus on our desires and take action that the universe begins to work in our favor. Focusing doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but rather choosing where and how we direct our attention and energy. Where you direct your attention, you direct your energy, and where we direct our energy is where things manifest in our lives. Therefore, it is essential to choose wisely what we focus on and what energy we feed. However, we must be careful when applying this focus. Focusing too much on the goal and therefore on the distance between where we are and where we want to be can be counterproductive. That's why it's important to focus on what is within our reach and then surrender it to the universe. The law of assumption, which we have already discussed on this channel, can be very helpful in this process. I'll leave a link on this topic in the description. What we put on a pedestal becomes our obsession and creates imbalance. This imbalance generates resistance, lowering our vibration and increasing anxiety. Placing excessive emphasis on a goal pushes it away from us, generating obstacles and sabotage. By reducing the importance of these end goals, focusing on present actions, and surrendering the goal to the universe, we eliminate resistance and allow things to flow effortlessly. It is crucial to identify where we are attributing too much meaning and work on reducing it to achieve our goals more smoothly. In conclusion, to raise our vibration and create the desired reality, we must be aware of our thought system. By observing our emotions and feelings, we can detect in which vibrational state we find ourselves so we can change it and elevate it if necessary. Practicing acceptance and letting go allows us to transcend lower emotions, to increase our vibrational state. Additionally, we must balance conscious effort with surrender to the universe, trusting in its collaboration to manifest our desires. Ultimately, directing our attention and energy towards what we want to experience without obsessing and with full confidence allows us to become masters of our own reality and live the life we've always imagined. We could consider our physical bodies as energetic vessels, animated by the spark of our spirit. It is said that we harbor various levels of existence, from the densest and most tangible to the most ethereal and subtle. It is when we elevate not only the quantity but also the purity of this energy that our connection with the spirit becomes deeper and more sublime. Therefore, maintaining a high level of energy of excellent quality becomes the fundamental pillar for unleashing our maximum potential in the course of our material journey. In physics, we learn that energy is the life force that drives all interactions in the cosmos. From subatomic particles to distant galaxies, everything is imbued with this dynamic force. But what does this mean for us on a deeper level? It turns out that energy is not only an abstract entity in the universe, but it is the very essence of our existence. In fact, every cell in our body, every thought we have, every emotion we experience is imbued with this energy. Throughout the day, our energy reserves vary. They can rise or fall depending on the experiences and circumstances we face. Although we trust in our ability to multitask, it is important to note that our energy is not infinite, at least in the physical realm. As it diminishes, we may experience a loss of physical strength, a decrease in motivation, and a greater tendency to procrastinate tasks. Low levels of energy not only affect our body, but also our mental and emotional state. It is interesting to note that there are different levels and types of energy, some more linked to the physical plane and others to the mental or spiritual world. For example, you may have had a physically exhausting day, like after taking a long walk in the midst of a breathtaking natural landscape. Despite physical fatigue, you may feel full and filled with positivity inside. Your physical energy may have decreased, but in contrast, your mental and emotional energy has increased. Conversely, you could be physically rested, but after spending time in an environment with people who do not resonate at your same frequency, you may find yourself very exhausted both mentally and physically. Usually neither of these two aspects, the physical and the mental or spiritual, are isolated, but they interact and affect each other. The key lies in our awareness, in recognizing the people, places, and things that elevate, enlighten, and invigorate us, as opposed to those that do the opposite. By identifying these influences, we have the power to respond appropriately and make decisions that are beneficial to our well-being. Within us resides a system of spiritual energy that acts as an intuitive radar, allowing us to perceive and understand the world around us. This system alerts us to charged atmospheres, warns us of dangers, and guides us along our journey through life. Therefore, it is wise to learn to identify which environments and situations will increase or decrease our energy levels. Energy is not only present in everything and everyone around us, but it also vibrates at a certain frequency. Like a guitar string that emits a particular tone when struck, our energy emits a unique frequency that resonates throughout our being and expands through the ether, impacting and influencing our environment and the people around us. The number of times our energy moves and the power with which it does so determines the quality of these vibrations, measured in hertz. Vibrations can be high, low, or something in between. Both high and low vibrations have their good and bad aspects. When we are in a state of joy, love, and gratitude, our energy vibrates at a high frequency, attracting, by the law of resonance, similar events into our lives. On the other hand, low vibrations are characterized by feelings of negativity, fear, shame, or sadness. They can be generated by external sources such as toxic environments, negative people, or challenging life circumstances. In addition, our thoughts and emotions can also generate low vibrations if they are rooted in fear, self-doubt, or limiting beliefs. When your high vibrations come into contact with either external or internal low vibrations, they decrease in quality, like a flame weakening as it struggles to stay lit in the wind. Low vibrations steer you away from the positivity of life. These low vibrations drain your energy levels, generating a disconnection with your spirit, with your higher self. When you don't know how to protect your energy from low vibrations, you are likely to end up in a downward spiral that leads to even lower levels of energy, preventing you from breaking free from that cycle of negativity. The situations we regularly expose ourselves to can profoundly influence our internal condition, impacting our energy. Have you ever noticed how immersing yourself in negative or disturbing content tends to draw you more towards those feelings? It's as if there's an invisible force pulling you in. For example, spending excessive time on social media, keeping up with the latest news and world events, could lead to an unconscious attraction to these topics, a kind of emotional masochism. Furthermore, due to the algorithmic systems used by social media, you are likely to come across an increasing amount of negative content that keeps you at a low level of vibrational energy. In this regard, it is important to note that there is generally an interest on the part of the powers that be in keeping us in states of low energy and vibration, as it is easier to exert control over us this way. When our vibrational state is at low frequencies, our mood is negatively affected. But also, when we are exposed in the long term to these low vibrations, we can end up experiencing chronic disorders such as anxiety or depression. Low vibrations can disconnect us from our divine essence and our internal guidance. When our energy is laden with negativity, it becomes harder for us to access our inner wisdom. We may feel spiritually exhausted, lost, or disconnected from our purpose, and with a sense of inner emptiness. To reach a high level of consciousness and achieve a deep connection with your higher self, it is crucial to maintain a high vibrational state. The key to raising your vibrational state begins by protecting your energy and preventing it from being drained by negative vibrations. You have the power to protect yourself from low vibrations and raise your energy frequency, even when it is at its lowest point. All it takes is becoming aware of the sources of low vibrations in your life and using strategies to protect yourself. With them, you can regain your energy, vitality, and inner peace. First, we must take care of our environments. Any environment that is dominated by conflict, hostility, or negativity emits low vibrations, like a factory emits toxic waste. This includes places where there is constant stress, tension, or emotional turmoil. But even more insidious are the low vibrations generated by the media, such as news, which are often based on violence, insecurity, or fear. Likewise, engaging in entertainment that glorifies violence, such as series, movies, or video games, can contribute to lowering our vibrational level. So, how do we protect ourselves from these situations or environments? Start by identifying your own needs and limits, then communicate them clearly to others. This may mean saying no to requests that do not align with your priorities or values, or setting guidelines on how you expect to be treated in relationships. You will have to have honest conversations with your loved ones and friends about your needs and expectations, letting them know what behaviors are acceptable to you and what crosses the line, and being firm in enforcing those boundaries if they are violated. Similarly, we should set limits on news, social media, and entertainment that lead us to a negative state. Remember that setting boundaries is not about being selfish or closed off. It's about taking care of yourself so you can show up as your best self in all areas of your life. Just as we have physical boundaries to protect our personal space, we also need to set energetic boundaries. Sometimes these energetic boundaries need to be established not only with external people or situations, but with ourselves, specifically with our own minds. What can you do to deal with low vibrations that come from within yourself? Free yourself from recurrent negative thoughts by recognizing them when they arise. Slowly develop an awareness of how people's actions make you think negatively, or how the events you experience influence your thoughts, leading you to a state of scarcity, worry, or negativity. The best way to do this is through meditation and mindfulness. Through meditation, you can realize how thoughts arise one after another without control and, often, without meaning. When we find ourselves in a negative internal state, the mind brings more and more negative thoughts. It's like a snowball effect. Stop and find a calm space to acknowledge these automatic and repetitive thoughts. By not engaging with them, you will see how they gradually lose their power. Recognize that these thoughts are not yours. You do not consciously generate them, nor do they benefit you in any way. The next step is to maintain this process throughout the day, gradually becoming a mere observer of your thoughts and not letting yourself be carried away by them. This approach allows you to take control of your mind instead of being at its mercy. By quieting the mind and cultivating awareness of the present moment, we can transcend the fluctuations of the ego and connect with our higher self, which is inherently pure and radiant, while also letting go of negative thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing us to release negativity and restore balance in our energy field. We live in a world of dual nature, so focusing on just one aspect, in this case, the mental, would create an imbalance. It is also necessary to attend to our physical aspect. Exercising, maintaining a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and getting enough sleep positively influence our energy levels. The mind influences the body, and likewise, the body influences the mind. Just as we carry emotional burdens that lower our energy and vibration, we also accumulate burdens in our bodies. One very beneficial exercise we can do is grounding. Just as vitamin D is produced in our bodies from the energy and frequencies generated by the sun 150 million kilometers away, the surface of the Earth, right under our feet, provides energy and frequencies that directly affect us. When you make direct contact with the ground, whether it's soil, grass, or sand, you allow the Earth's natural energy to flow through you, replenishing and stabilizing your energy field. But also, your charged body, by barefoot contact with the Earth, discharges all the negative energy it has accumulated, like the grounding in every household socket. This practice can help you feel more centered, grounded, and connected to the world around you. Another grounding technique is spending time in nature. Whether you're walking through the forest, sitting by a river, or climbing a mountain, being surrounded by the beauty of nature has a powerful effect on your internal state. Take a moment to breathe in the fresh air, listen to the sounds of the birds, and feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Allow yourself to be fully present in the moment and absorb the healing energy of the natural world. This is one of the best ways to raise your vibrations and replenish your energy. Surrounding yourself with positive people with whom you feel in harmony can also contribute positively to raising your energy levels. There are people who, with their mere presence, brighten your day and fill you with vitality. Surround yourself with those people when you can, and even better, become one of those people yourself. This way, you will contribute to raising the energy of those around you. Lastly, expressing gratitude daily can deeply influence our energy, directing our focus towards abundance and possibility rather than scarcity. This shift in mindset not only raises our energy levels, but also attracts more positive experiences into our lives. Starting with the fundamental idea that everything in our existence, every perceivable form, originates from formlessness, intention, and a cosmic vibration shaping all, we can draw the conclusion. For anything to be experimented with or created in our material experience, it must first take form. This formation occurs in the non-material, ethereal, or mental plane. As fractalized particles of the infinite consciousness underlying everything, or God, we possess the capacity to create with our minds and intentions. This capacity manifests, among other instances, in our nightly dreams. If you have ever experienced a lucid dream, you understand how awareness within the dream state allows influence over your perceived reality. As one of the 7 universal principles found in the Kybalion says, as above, so below, as within, so without. Taking a step further from sleep to wakefulness, following the same principle of fractality, it becomes apparent that in the realm of wakefulness or the material, we can also influence and create our reality. The key element, as in the dream world, is consciousness. By combining insights from ancient traditions, neuroscience, quantum physics, and metaphysical philosophy, we can explore techniques with the potential to empower people to take advantage of their mental faculties. Enabling the influence and shaping of one's reality through the sole use of the mind. The role of conscious intention is closely tied to deliberately creating our reality and manifesting our desires as tangible experiences. The human mind, with its immense but often underutilized potential, can significantly impact and shape our life experiences. There is an intricate interplay between consciousness, perception, and the law of attraction in manifesting new parallel dimensions of experience. According to the law of attraction, like attracts like. Quantum physics, echoing ancient and contemporary enlightened sages, asserts that consciousness plays a pivotal role in shaping reality through the observer effect. In simpler terms, intention and the observational approach influence the outcomes of quantum experiments, establishing a connection between consciousness and the manipulation of reality. I highly recommend watching the well-known double gear experiment at the end of this video. At the quantum level, particles lack defined properties until observed, giving rise to the concept of superposition. In this state, a quantum system can exist in multiple states simultaneously until measured. This implies the coexistence of all possibilities and none at the same time. Only when observed through consciousness does one of these states manifest in our reality and become measurable. Quantum jumps are another intriguing concept, involving abrupt transitions from one quantum state to another without apparent intermediate stages. These transitions, governed by probabilities, challenge conventional beliefs about what is possible due to their instantaneous nature. They are unique because the movement of an electron is not progressive. It simply disappears from one orbit and appears in the next orbit with no discernible intermediate state. In a similar vein, nothing occurs externally in our conscious creation. It's merely a matter of consciously directing our focus toward a probability that already exists as a possibility, bringing it into manifestation in our reality. This process is ongoing in our daily lives, often unnoticed. Our internal reality mirrors our internal state. If we habitually harbor concerns or adhere to certain patterns of living, those aspects reflect in our lives. As we explore the quantum realm, we recognize parallels between the instantaneous shifts of particles and the potential for conscious creation in shaping our personal realities. Without an internal transformation, it is impossible to experience an external change. Our primary challenge and responsibility are to take charge and assume that we are responsible for our reality. This task proves challenging in a world where, since childhood, we are constantly programmed and bombed by countless stimuli and distractions that divert us from our potential. Therefore, our effort should focus on reprogramming our minds, initially by dismantling ineffective programming and establishing new mental frameworks. Altering our internal state subsequently influences our emotions and thoughts, echoing in the physical world around us. Techniques serve only as tools to facilitate state changes. Mere repetition of statements without internal transformation won't lead to successful manifestation. Instead, we must focus on changing our internal state and assume the feeling of what we want in our lives. The way you perceive and experience life is influenced by your state. There are numerous possible versions of you waiting to be manifested through your consciousness. Your state determines the version of you existing in the present moment and the current timeline. If you desire something, there is already a version of you that possesses it, because it already exists as a possibility that you merely need to bring and manifest into your reality. To experience this first-hand reality, you must recreate and assume it in your mind, with total faith and confidence, truly feeling as if you already possess it. Analyzing the cases of many successful people, whether in the material or spiritual plane, reveals a common key factors: determination, faith, and self-confidence. They don't merely attempt, they act, being sure of their creative power. To change your state and become the creator of your life, use techniques accurately and live in the final result. This involves visualizing and feeling as if you have already achieved your wishes, rather than focusing on lack or the future. By doing so, you can alter your internal state, bringing your desired reality to manifestation, feeling it in your present state. Commonly, we believe that possessing or acquiring things will lead to a superior state of being: happiness, safety, and more peace. However, without focused attention, we may fall into the trap of perpetual wishing, hoping that achievement will bring happiness. The key is to feel happy, prosperous, and at peace already, as these are internal conditions and external factors shouldn't dictate your inner state. On the other hand, when you are already in harmony with yourself, feeling abundant and happy, the law of vibration and resonance dictates that you will attract more events in alignment with your current state. This underscores the idea that only the present moment truly exists, providing us the ability to shift our reality only in the now. Envision your wish as a portal in time and space, immersing yourself in that space. Experience what you wish, feeling it, visualizing every detail, texture, and the associated emotions. Maintain that state throughout the day, recalling and reliving what you visualized and experienced. Consider the excitement of acquiring something you deeply desire. For instance, if you are passionate about photography and acquire a new camera, You spend your day eagerly anticipating trying it, imagining its possibilities, feeling its texture, and envisioning the incredible photos you will capture. Apply a similar approach to your desired assumption. Immerse yourself in the feeling of already having it, not just during practice, but consistently throughout the day. Let this process unfold naturally, without forcing, akin to a child's playful illusion, feeling grateful for the experience. Gratitude plays a fundamental role in this process. As you change your state, embodying the person you wish to be, your thoughts and actions align effortlessly with your aspirations throughout the day. This instigates a profound and enduring transformation of your inner state, bringing positivity not only to your daily experiences, but also serving as the key to manifesting your reality at will. You are at peace with yourself, feel abundant, and this is reflected in your reality. There must be a balance between detaching from the result and assuming the result. You no longer yearn for what you already have. Instead, you appreciate and value it for the benefits it brings. Without this appreciation, what you possess might make way for other things in your life. If you focus on the benefit, on being better with yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, the universe will collaborate to create that reality for you. It's not about asking the universe. It's about working together because you and it are essentially the same. According to the law of assumption, faith is the basis of what we want, even when it's not yet visible. The feeling of certainty needed is akin to knowing your name or where you live. The term miracle is often used by those lacking faith to describe what can be achieved through faith. Faith and trust are integral components of manifestation. The law of assumption is rooted in the conviction that our wishes are already present. Having faith means being aware of the reality of what you want, holding a conviction about the reality of things that aren't visible, and possessing a mental perception of the reality of the invisible. Contrary to common belief, faith isn't effective due to external factors. It entirely results from your consciousness interacting with the universe, with yourself. Don't worry about the details of how, when, or where your wishes or needs will manifest. Instead, concentrate on the final result. The universe, like you, is incredibly creative and possesses an infinite number of visible and invisible tools to bring you the results. Assuming this is positive because, besides delegating that work and not having to worry about how, you live in a constant state of surprise and fascination. This is another component of the law of assumption, keeping us expecting, relaxed, yet with our eyes open for the opportunity to arise and bring it into our reality.